Hi, how are you today? It is I think it said 9:43 in the morning on April 8th. I'm going to take my jacket off. This is going to probably be the first and only time you see my hair down because I can never keep, look, I'm a smoker. I smoke. So, I smoke cigarettes and weed, but I prefer gummies. I figured I'd make that clear. I don't do anything else. I don't ever want to try anything else. And my seat is right up on the steering wheel. So I'm going to, open my door and, oh man, there it is. Power. I didn't skimp on the car. There's a good reason why you pay $18,000 for a Nissan Pathfinder 4-wheel drive Platinum Edition 2015. I'm not stupid. I have an entertainment system in here. I obviously have this rear sunroof. I have this front sunroof. Okay, back to my hair. I'm still getting used to this bracelet. Still feels like a spider's crawling over me. It cost $150 to get my hair permed. It cost me $20 to get it chopped. Which one do you think I can probably come up with? I mean, I haven't seen anybody out here giving free makeovers on this journey. In the past, I have. But that was in Virginia Beach, Virginia. They gave a crap about the homeless community that wanted to get back out in the workforce, and they would give them makeovers. So, to each city's their own. You can either take care of your people, and they'll take care of the community, or you can tear them up and take away every benefit that they get, or every time that they visit. You know, you're checking off the list. We can't have these people come back anymore. I'm sorry. I need to put my headset back on. No. Okay. Look, I found the smartest thing to do. I have a tiny head, but this headset, this is small. But in the scheme of things, this way, it's too big. I have a small head, and apparently it's hard to find anything that I can actually put my headset. So, my friend Daisy, oh my gosh. My friend Daisy, she's in Oak Grove, Kentucky, just above Clarksville, Tennessee, because Clarksville, Tennessee, the 101 Airborne, 101st Airborne, they're out of there. It encompasses both states. He was prior military. He does not get any benefits. Not even help. Their house is flooded. Now, granted, I think it was a rental. But that shouldn't make any difference. That makes it even more hard for them. So, I don't want to release their information. It's private, and pray. That's all I can ask you to do. They lost pretty much everything. I mean, I got pictures, and it's up to the window, the bottom part of the window in Oak Grove, Kentucky. So, it's off Pembroke. I used to sleep at that pilot. And that pilot is also, I think it's the 89 exit. That pilot, sometime in December, they had a stabbing there, and the guy died, and he was being carjacked. Yep, that's where I used to sleep. That and Walmart. Walmart parking lot on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. I didn't like the other one. I mean, I did, but it was kind of like I got antsy there. And I don't know, just backing up to the trees on Wilma Rudolph, that was what I enjoyed. Because I could stare out my sunroof in the middle of the night. Sorry, this is going to bug me because I don't have my hair down. You can see it in every video. But my hair is long, about mid-back. And it would probably cost more than $150 to get my hair permed. But I get a spiral perm. Like I said, I haven't always been in this boat. I've had all kinds of income levels. And this is the easiest one to deal with. And taxes, what am I going to do? File 0 tax return. And that's the whole thing. You get caught up in, I mean, it's not that I learned how to work the system. I'm just tired and want to be off the system for a while. I'm tired of getting the ass into the system. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can be overworked and overtaxed, and I'm overworked, and my kids have suffered from me not being at home. Trust me, I know. How you think I got in this shit show? Because I wasn't home to discipline my own damn kids. Trust me, I blame myself enough. That one that I have in prison, he is too smart to be there. He's smart when it comes to books. The educational system wanted you to learn. So you learned. But what you learned was Frank W. Cox High School in Virginia Beach is a school in the best school district in Virginia Beach. They moved schools many times. Do I blame being a Navy wife for that? I say being a Navy wife has its ups and downs. Definitely makes you more submissive because, you know, whoever's in the military, they come first. The government comes first. Until 1999. 1998, actually. My husband, this current one, this shit show here, he was stationed in downtown Tampa at the Naval Reserve Center in 1998. When I moved down there, his job was creating the ID cards. He knows what I need to get my ID. He ain't done it yet. My ID's been expired since June of 2024. My driver's license expired August 23rd, 2023. Or 2024. I think it's 2023. Yeah, because my dad said, now you have to take the test. I'm not worried about the test. I'm not. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm tired of being put on the fucking back burner. If you make almost $3,000 a month sitting on your ass, retired Navy disability, okay? I'm entitled to half the base pay from the retirement. We've been married for 25 years. I'm entitled to half of $1,300. Hey, now I can make that work if I'm living in here. I can. But, oh man. You know it's funny? I forgot I was recording. I thought I was actually talking to somebody. I mean, brief brain fart. You know, because usually it's FaceTiming or a video chat with my dad. And I just realized I don't give my dad much room to talk. Nor kids either. Well, see, when I'm recording a video chat, like, recording a video chat. You know what actually caused me to start doing this? This is at 10:12 is where I'll start it. 10 minutes, 12 seconds in. You know what actually started me to do this? The fact that I do this for my kids and they ignore it. You know what? Between me and you, we can make this go viral and they can regret putting their mom on hold, on red. I mean, to me, this is the best prank I could think of. I did this because my kids, when I make a 30-second video, important, epiphany, like a personal epiphany or something, and they're going to go back and never listen to those. And that pisses me off as a mom, actually. Because this is where I gave you my heart and you fucking stat on it. Why do I tell you any fucking thing? I gave you my heart and you shat on it. Why am I here? Obviously, being a mom means nothing for you to me. Man, I don't know if I like this gummy. Different brands. Oh, I'm not as mellow as I usually am. Maybe I'm just supposed to get this out. This is fucking ridiculous is what it is. I get it. My daughter, Michael, would have been 35 this year. Right? He was born in 1990. December 29th, 1990. So, in December, he would have been 35. My daughter, she turns 31 in less than a month. In May. She was born in 94, so she turns 31. Alex, I do not know the complete history of his father's. Now, his father was the attorney, the assistant district attorney in Ouachita Parish, Louisiana, in 1995, and I don't know how long he was before I met him and married him. So, he was the assistant district attorney. Oh, that's a story. I got asked 2 years into our, maybe 2 years. I don't remember how long, but I had been going to this particular cigar bar in Monroe, Louisiana, right across from where somebody's used to be. I'm sorry, I'm going to get close, because this motherfucker, he owned the bar. It like I said, high dollar bourbon and cigars. Okay? West Monroe, Louisiana. Right attached to it was a high dollar hair salon. And it was co-owned by both of them. They'll know. If they're from West Monroe or Monroe, they're going to know who it is. This motherfucker asked me if this was a pretty woman situation. Because my husband was 16 years older than me. I looked at him point blank and said, no. No. Not at all. Matter of fact, when he met me, where are you going to find a doctor or a lawyer or, I don't know, you can probably find a priest in there too. God, forgive me. Forgive me. Oh my gosh. I say that because I know I don't want to lose. If you want to meet a man, a good one, where are you going to go? Strip club. Strip club. If you're single and you're looking to meet a lawyer, you're going to meet him at a strip club. Ask me how to. I don't mean every man. You got to be able to sniff them out. But there are two things. He's probably going to ask you for breakfast. Because, he knows a good place. Well, if he's up at this hour. If he's up at this hour, he doesn't do this very often. I mean, he's up here at this hour. Now, my boss had to, I want to introduce you to someone. My boss knew what my father was. A 60-minute drive away. My boss knew my father was a cop. Now, I'm a small town cop's daughter in an underground drug world. Now, didn't mean everybody that was there was hopping on that drug bandwagon, because I wasn't. And when I started seeing the other girls in their private lives, I vowed I'd never be like that. Now, that is not to say that I can judge them, but I can. I had 4 kids. Whoa! Mickey Brown. I only knew her name as Mickey. There was a girl who, at the time that I knew her, she was, her and her sister Faith, I can't remember, I want to say they were twins. But for all intents and purposes, and for, please forgive me, because I was hoping to make Mickey's life different. And no, I'm not bi. I will tell a woman that I love her, but not in that way. Please forgive me if any of you have gotten that one misconstrued. I think we all question when we're younger. I'm not throwing shade. I think we all question. But for personal opinions, this is mine. And you can spit, shout, and cuss and whatever. I'm not giving you I'm not telling you have to like my free will, And I'm not trying to cause hate here. Because my sister, she's a lesbian, so. And like I said, I've questioned in the past too, so. This is a personal. See, a lot of people get upset at the word heterosexual now. A lot of people get upset at the word heterosexual because they're not. We're not telling them you have to like it, but it's not. Now you got your identity on there. Are you happy? Can I have mine, please? Can I still have mine? I'm tired of getting... I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, gummy's kicking in. I think it kicked in before I got out here, but I'm hoping it's not one of those fast-acting ones. Quit messing with the formula. I like mine gradual, not slapped in the face with alcohol. they have an extraction technique that makes it hit harder and faster. And then it's like a 2-hour high. It's worthless. You want to spend the money on something that's going to long last you. You know, you want to be able to spend $60 a month, not a week. You take those little poppers and, oh man, they're not worth it. Oh, they want to overcharge you because it's got, it acts fast. Yeah, but you're making me spend more money. That don't mean jump up the fucking price of gummies. Y'all didn't even like making them to begin with. I just wish you quit fucking with the formula. The extraction technique is everything. Cocoa butter or cocoa oil. I wish I had a canna maker. I see, the problem is there's the price of weed. It'd take an ounce. I'd rather buy it from y'all if y'all just listen to the formula. My favorite thing to do: eggs, toast, and cherry jelly, jam, whatever. There's this great little place in Charlotte, Tennessee. It's an Amish recipe shop. It's an Amish shop. So everything is practically handmade. Old recipes. For certain. I mean, from cheese curds to, just everything. I got bread. Oh my gosh. I had a loaf of bread. And by the time I got to the border of Missouri. Now I'm right on the Illinois state line in Missouri. The Mississippi separates us. I think I'm 7 blocks back from the Mississippi. I had to look back. Like I said, I'm gonna be hassled in this car. I have been. Because of my tags. I still have temp tags. But even worse now, I don't know if it's worse or better. They can't see my tag in the window. When I was trying to get my stuff into my son's house, and I still have a lot, they put the wrong stuff in storage. I mean, it should have all gone here to my son's house. I don't want to have to deal with my husband after he sees these videos. But, I mean, and that could be as easy as my kids seeing these videos. So I can't make things go viral too soon. That'll probably be a short for another time. Don't remix it. I don't need anybody doing that. Trust me, I know how to stir up my own drama. That's what you're here for. You're going to watch me. You're going to watch me stir up drama in my family. Because this is exactly how they have treated me. You're going to walk me out the front door of your life when you turn your back on me. And don't worry, moms, it's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. If you aren't right up your kid's ass from the time they're born, and I mean, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Do y'all feel a shift coming with kids? I don't know what the hell happened with mine. I mean, I do believe that karma does repeat itself in a child. And that maybe, I don't know. You see that track? I don't know why I look back that way anyway. I can't see. I need my contacts replaced. I've been in this one pair of monthlies for 2 years. Actually, no, 3 years. I put them in April of 2022. So it was my next to the last pair. I got one pair left. I'm trying to write it out, but my vision's going blurry. I'm just hoping it just needs a pair of fresh contacts, but that's my last pair. I don't have the money to go into Walmart and get the prescription and then pay 1-800 contacts for my Hydroglide. I just gave you the contact lens that I use, which is monthly. Doesn't mean wear them every night, although I have for the last 3 years. I don't recommend that to anybody, but you got to do what you got to do in a pinch, and I don't have help. This is what I'm getting at. My husband poisoned my kids, but my kids had their own ugly opinion about me staying with a man who was abusive to my children. So I'm trying to figure out who this person is that just pulled into the driveway. I don't recognize the car. I didn't realize I could see that in my... I'm not going to break my neck and look like I'm spying. Anyway, so I figured I'd come back here. Not because I was looking, like I said, no reconciliation. No reconciliation. I don't want it. And from what he said and how he said it, he don't want it. So we're just sitting here torturing each other because I can't move. And you invited me back here last year after being separated for I left in 2021. So 3 years. But Tennessee cut off my food assistance. They said, well, we need proof that you're disabled. What the heck? Okay, so I got to go through all this shit. You know what? I'd rather not have the food assistance. I can go back up to Hopkinsville, which just got flooded, by the way. I found that out. One of the places I mentioned, Coffee Connection, in Hopkinsville on Main Street. Man, I saw parts of Main Street. It looked like Main Street that had gotten flooded. The downtown got flooded. The wall that holds pretty much all of wow, that name just eluded me. Edgar Casey. Edgar Casey's family is still around Hopkinsville, Kentucky. They have a part in the library that's dedicated to Edgar Casey. It was the sleeping prophet. So when I went in to start, well, I'll be honest, taking pictures so I could read the book in bed, I would take pictures of the book at the library, which I still never got to, which is part of the thing. And we take pictures of everything. We never post them. We do what with them? Here, at least, I can post those who are interested in life in general, because I'm not going to be like this forever. Y'all may see it come up. Hopefully you're part of my come up. But I'm not going to trespass. I've already gotten a ticket for that. I've already done time in jail for that. I'm good. They can't get me for anything else. When I'm out, I don't have marijuana. I don't have that on me. I don't have the gummies on me. Well, I mean, I did. I got a ticket in Dixon, Tennessee for that. I forgot they were in my backpack. I was from Missouri. It was medicinal then. Did I have a medicinal license? No, because I had a Virginia driver's license. You had to be a resident of Missouri, but I was renting a place here in Missouri. I had a residence. That driver's license. You had to be a resident. Now it's recreational. You don't have to. But then, I had ways of making can of butter and can of oil. And I did. I had one batch come out really, 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 really good, but that was not used with coconut oil. It was used with vegetable oil. Now, the bad thing about using with vegetable oil, you can extract a lot of THC out of it with vegetable oil. I don't know what the difference between the vegetable oil and the coconut oil, because you'd think it would have a higher. I don't think so. You really got to get that can of oil, the can of oil and the coconut. You really got to get it hot. It melts at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That coconut oil, last summer, I put it in some stems. There was about this much left in the jar. I waited until it got to about right here. And I put it in my car. My sunroof visor was back. The sun would come over on the right side and just cook it. I mean, I had plastic things that would twist, melt in this car. And I even had a candle that I forgot about. So, when I put that oil in there, and I just put it on some toast or eggs, I don't know what the hell I did with it, honestly. But Snooper, I think I found a way out, because I don't know if I was eating edibles at the time, but I was taking a risk with this because I had no idea how potent it would be. So, yep, thinking I'm not going to get much of anything, just a few stems and a little coconut oil in the heat, in the sun, in your car, in my car. So, we're good. We're good. I'm just really, I don't know, I like that. Maybe it's a good thing. These were 16. They're not my usual. This is Missouri's own Paw. I would show the packages, but I don't know where I put them. Missouri's own is the brand. Paw, I'm not fond of the flavor, but it's supposed to be fruit that's native to Missouri. It's a tropical fruit that's native to Missouri. That's what it says. I'm going to go on what they say. So that's all we can do is go on what other people say. Some people are going through the same shit. Other people are going through similar shit. It roles reversed. It's not happening with the feminine. It's happening with the masculine. And I'm talking about the gender you're born with. Oh, please don't get me off on the... Man, I talk about having heterosexual, and I'm telling you this because I have a sister who's a lesbian who has given me the cold shoulder since I moved out. I'm really not sure why, but she's a lesbian, and I don't know whether to call her what and how and why, but maybe that's why we're not talking. Sorry, just doing me. So what you're seeing is an estranged wife sitting outside of her husband's house because she's got no how to go. So this is my house outside of the house. That's not his house now, and it's, it is what it is. I'm able to use his Wi-Fi. It's my son's house. I'm just... And you know what? I'm not talking... I'm not talking about my kids, by the way. I mean, there is one, maybe. But I feel like it's all God guided right now. Because I'm sitting outside, but I'm still protected. If it's cold, I can still go inside and sleep. I have my warming shelter. I'm good there. Well, as long as I'm here. But I want to go. When I was sleeping in my car in Oak Grove, Kentucky, I was at a Pilot parking lot, and I was supposed to go to work at Subway. I think it was supposed to be, just days, because she helped me do my onboarding. Now she manages the Pilot, not just the Subway that was in there. Now she manages the actual Pilot. But yeah, what happened? What happened was, my dad ended up sending me $1,200. Told me to go to Missouri and get my tags. My son told me, when I told him I was on the way in, you have 3 warrants for your arrest. What? What? Why? Failure to appear. I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for suicidal ideations. Michael had died the year before. I left my husband in October. November of 2021, I was in Murfreesboro until December 1st. Because that was when I was checking into Nashville Rescue Mission because I didn't have a car. They towed my car from where they picked me up in Clarksville. I went to Tenova, and then I went to Murfreesboro for suicidal ideations. But see, it was the best and worst time. I don't know how. I was having a dream about Michael. And Michael's was self-inflicted. But he was also terminally ill. So, I mean, I understand. You get it? I understand. Why? But don't ever tell the person who you've called for help for gas. Because my husband's retired Navy, we can go to the Red Cross. And when we get into a position that is navigatable, we can go to the Red Cross and they will help establish us back into the society that we're kind of going to be able to flourish in. But they come in and they do a lot of counseling in the process. So this would be for like ombudsman for ships and stuff like that. They would call. And since, one of his commands wanted me to be an ombudsman, I took it upon myself to try to act like that without having the word or the title with it. So, when reflecting on my own, they thought I was... And they called the cops. And she kept an eye on everywhere I went because the person on the phone with Red Cross, I had to go to the bathroom. I was at the boat launch in Clarksville, downtown. I went to the sudden service that's like 3 blocks from there. And I got put in the back of the car. I told him that I wasn't suicidal because I'm not. I told the woman, I said, I'm better now. He woke me from a dream I was having. What was it about? My son's suicide. So from that, all hell broke loose. Hell, I could be out there making money on DoorDash if you'd let me out of the fucking hospital. But I need gas to get started. That's all I needed. You know, I'm a DoorDash driver. And yeah, I was trying to do that in this. I was making good money too. But I got 2 warnings in Clarksville in 1 week. My tags were expired. This was January of 2022. So I got to where I couldn't do it. $1,200 wasn't going to cover my tags. My dad said that's it, and I'm not sending anymore. Now, I'm okay, but I misappropriated the funds because it wasn't enough to get it. That's 1. 2, they told me I had 3 warrants. I've never been in trouble in my life until this fucking day. The 13th, when I ran from him in September. And I just heard the word trust, and I did a trust fall into the creek. Glasses that I had that were similar to these. They're the ones that you see on my TikTok. I'm in one of them, I think. You'll see me in glasses. There's a shirt that's royal blue. I love that shirt. Has a little collar here. Has a low cut front. Or medium. I'm narrow here. I took a fall so hard that I still feel pain from it today. And the only time I really feel like relief from the pain is when I trust God. And I don't know why I'm feeling that today. I think being right here is really, I don't know. My last 4 years have been a wild walk with God. And every time that I'm about to lose hope or faith, there's a gotcha. I don't know if I feel it right now. For the last 4 years, you know, I've been without money, and marijuana's the only thing I do. And I wasn't here but the last 2 years in all this. I left in 2021. That means I spent 3 years by myself. I wasn't always by myself. There was always somebody there to talk to who would aggravate me, and I'd have to learn a lesson because they aggravated me. I don't know what the lesson is here. Because every time I'm here, this is confusion. Every time I'm in this energy, and that's how the devil will work. Confusion. But if God doesn't want you to know what's coming, He's going to confuse you too. I don't know if He's going to push you to the edge of belief. But, you know, I have felt it. But there's always a great big gotcha. You thought I was going to let you go. I gotcha. You thought I was going to let you go. Gotcha. A lot of people aren't that fortunate. Some people come out of the womb not believing. I firmly believe that. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be my earlier walk. A reflection of that. Because when I got to a certain point, I've always, all my life has been interesting. I've known about the other side all my life. I had imaginary friends. Like, there's something fucking with my throat chakra and I wish it would leave me alone. It feels like somebody's punching me in the throat. I mean, literally. Like, right here. I know a spiritual attack. I am not fucking stupid. I'm not saying that I don't have faith in God. There have been moments where I felt like the damn devil was right beside me. Devil by Shinedown. Listen to it. I'm not scared out on these streets. You wanna know why? God's brought me back way too many fucking times. Way too many fucking times. For me not to believe. I know the people around me have died too. They have their own NDEs. I watched them. You know what's fucked up? I can see it, but they can't. My first one that I recognize as being my first was probably I was about, I can't give you a date per se. I would say right around 1982, 1983 would be closest, in Portland, Arkansas. A friend had a swimming pool. I didn't know how to swim. They were gone. I remember my eyes being open and the water around me, but I was still sinking. I hadn't taken on that yet. The owner of the property, one of them, she had remarried, and that was her property. But the person she was divorced from would eventually be my math teacher later on in my life. I was friends with this girl from, I want to say it was from Girl Scouts. Her father lived a couple doors down, I'd say about a country city block. You know, you could fit one great big house on it and then move on. I think there were like 3 houses down. But like I said, I don't remember the topography. But I remember Mr. Barrett coming in and rescuing me from the pool. But I don't know how he knew it was necessary. You have your angels and your God wings through life. I don't recall any resuscitation being given. But I do remember seeing him. My eyes were wide open. It was in color. I believe those are the portals we walk through, where God's given us our peace sign or our no peace sign. And then we have to walk a little bit further in whatever we're in, because we're either in heaven or hell. And when we're in heaven, we can be tormented by the demons around us, and we kind of get secluded. I need to roll my windows up. It was warmer in here a few minutes ago before I opened them. Oh, I'll do it this way right now. You know what? I'll close them all up. Because it got real cold. Ooh! But y'all are here for me. You're here with me. Oh, yeah, I have a jacket on behind me. Okay. That's just my earliest NDE that I remember. Every last one of them was a different spiritual awakening. I'm not even going to lie. It was a different spiritual awakening. It wasn't until after that I really started talking to myself. I realized I'm not alone. I don't know how. Mr. Barrett knew I needed that pool was breached. I don't know how. This was the 80s. We didn't have security cameras like we do today. I mean, and if we did, it wouldn't have been that good. You've seen the technology improvements, and I don't know if you can call them improvements. Sometimes they're improvements, sometimes they're annoyances. Like the annoyance of, I gotta have 11 gigabytes now to back up my phone or accept a software update. Do you realize my first computer didn't have a gigabyte? I mean, it may have had a gigabyte, but I really don't know. My first computer was bought at Circuit City. Gosh. Oh, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Something, it feels like somebody's holding me back. By the neck. That's what it feels like. I used to do paranormal videos. I used to walk around the house and sage. And I would sage multiple times a day. This is on another channel. I will provide that channel. But obviously I cannot moderate it right now. So don't blow me up. I'm not producing new videos. I'm just giving you the old videos that I've done in the past. There are TikTok videos. Those are associated with Ms.Moonrose, I think, or MyzMoonRose. MyzMoonRose. The dot may be on Instagram, but I don't go over there. Instagram is dead to me. If you know, you know. Instagram is dead to me. So, I said, if you know, you know. Huh. Thought I'd seen that truck before. But I didn't realize it had Texas plates. He's got a Missouri business. Texas plates. Alright. So I don't know if it's damp or if it's just cold. And I've got it inside out. Oh, there we go. There we go. At natural heat. It was 36 degrees when I came out to the car. So, I don't know if that I like my hair down. Now, I loved it when I had a perm. But, I mean, at this rate, I'd have to have a spiral perm. I can't do anything else. So a spiral perm, but a lot of it would have to be cut. A lot of it. And I'd like to do some routine with biotin and there are some other vitamins, but I can't remember them right off. Probably vitamin D supplement. My thyroid may be what's... No, that feels too deliberate. It feels too deliberate. My daughter has seen spectral beings holding her down by the throat, and yes, you can feel it. My husband, the assistant district attorney at the time, he ran into her room thinking that she was having an asthma attack. What my daughter told me, so she saw 3 ugly women holding her down by the throat, and that they would do it to Alex too. So, 26 Northwood Circle, Monroe, Louisiana. I had paranormal experiences. I loved the house. I'm not afraid of no ghosts now. That's only because I walk with God. But 26 Northwood Circle was the start of an actual nightmare. And the funny thing that's really fucked up is I know them. Michael had told me that there were at least 7 red orbs. I'm familiar with sprites. Well, they were walking through the house. And it looks like they're floating, but, they're walking. They don't know that they emit a light, okay? Your pineal gland is never going to go away. That is your person. That is how we're attached to God. That runs our fucking brain. If it's too corroded, your left brain, right brain just stops working. For some people, they can look out. For some people, they can look in. Me, I see the universe. What I saw, closing my eyes one night, and most nights. When I scry, it could be looking at something for just off into space. You've seen these looks where Al Roker, right? I don't know what he's looking at. He may be talking. Telepathy. It's not that they're reptilians, please. They may have a little telepathic thought that makes them think about a specific situation that needs to be addressed. Me right now, I'm doing this on video. I don't know if I'm supposed to record it and post it, because this gets really personal. Every walk spiritually is different. You just don't want to be walking on the wrong side. If you trust God's got you, then you do. If you do right, then God's got you. There's a give and take. If you're doing right, then God's got you. If you're acting like this, then God's going to give it to you. because that's not God. You want to act, you want God's love, but you want, like I said before, I gave you my heart, you sat on it. I gave you all the nice, pretty words that you could ever hear, and you sat on it. At what point do we stop sticking our heart in the pigsty? We're giving our heart to people who don't give a shit. At what point do we stop? Now, my husband isn't all bad, but in a relationship, he is. I once told somebody in 2019 when I left him before, she and I were talking. Did I originally want him back? Hell no. I still didn't want him back when he got here. And she said, all you wanted to do is just come and take him back. I'm like, no. You got that wrong. See, what had happened was, he was supposed to come over here for Christmas. He wasn't supposed to quit his job, but he quit his job. I didn't have any choice over that, because I wasn't there. Justin wanted him here for Christmas. Trust me, if I could have told you some of the horror stories, he wouldn't have wanted him anyway. But, I mean, hey, some people are just that... Man. I don't know if I should say it, but I see that colitis spell. Because I had colitis to the point where I felt like I was bleeding out. They wouldn't accept me into the hospital. I don't know why. But, they gave me something to coagulate, and because I had anemia, so for me it was a double shot. I'm bleeding this way, but I have anemia, so this is screwed up. He heard that I was getting settlement money and he came back. Trust me, it wasn't a me thing. He could have been done with me a long time ago. That's another reason why I took off. I knew what he was there for. I'm not stupid. He's there to make nice so he can get into my money. Punny. That's what it was. Punny. It was all about the money for him. Well, that and I don't know what looks. I don't know. Look, he told me all he wanted was to have a wife and a family, and I was it. Well, that doesn't mean that I want one with you, because obviously you just like the abuse. You like that I cower into a corner. I won't walk you. And if he would have been with me in the past, I'd have walked him. Don't matter who you were, because that one that I talk about, God rest his soul, but I walked him one. And I knew he could arrest me. Don't ever spit my past lifestyle in my face when that's how you met me. You'll only be a stripper on a pole. That's all you'll ever be. Yeah. Like I said, I've owned several businesses. And I will eventually one day tell you how I got district sales lead in West Tennessee in less than a month being on Avon. And I'm going to tell you what, you take the time that you have, that 50%, and you put it to good use. Especially if you're given an Avon credit. You use that Avon credit. Don't use it for future orders. You do it now. The minute that you're signed on. And you start searching what you want to do. What you gonna do? Do you want to do eyeshadows, lipsticks, lip glosses? Do you want to make these a staple that people come to you constantly for? Because you're getting it at 50% off. These could be on the dollar page. Look at your profit. If you're a flea marketer, and I used to be, I used to take my stuff to the flea market. One of my businesses was incense and oils, candles, soaps, lotions. I'd make it all for you. But candles was where my limit was. I had a friend who was an idiot. I knew there's a safety regulation in that, and he's telling me. Well, he said, I'll deal with the consequences if it catches on fire. Yeah, he did. He never blamed me. Too late to blame me now. Don't have that business. It didn't cause any damage. He threw it in the fireplace. Started a great big smelling fire every time he'd smell that black cherry. I think it was chocolate covered cherries. His wife loved the smell. Well, every time they started that fireplace, I'm sure that's what they smelled. Till it started smelling like wax. Which I used, there's a candle supply company. Candle wicks. You can find candle wicks products at Hobby Lobby. But if you get a business license, you can go directly to them and start buying stuff from them at wholesale prices. Who would want to keep buying it at Hobby Lobby? Wow. Don't go back to the this is just for the beginning part, because you're going to become addicted. Or you're going to learn this is way too much to handle. Because it got that way for me. I love doing it because I love messing with my kids. They would come in from school, open the front door. Mom baked blueberry muffins. No, she didn't. She's got about 4 blueberry muffin tins, because I had wholesalers in Memphis. And I can't remember the name of it. I don't even think it's still there anymore. But it's in the warehouse district in Memphis. And they sold candle oils and wax. And they actually made candles at that warehouse. But they had tins left over. And I got about 12,000 tins for $100. And I don't think that was all I got for the $100, because if I remember right, I packed my car up with all these tins, but I still had oils to get. So, man, I think it was about 10,000 tins lids and all. It was messed up. Damn, a minute. Oh my gosh, an hour, 10 minutes, 26 seconds. Wow. I'm trying to figure out, was it thousands or 10,000? I don't remember. I don't. All I know is it was like 5 to 10 cents a piece, and that was lid in the 8 ounce container, which equates to $15 candle. There's a reason why he didn't say nothing though. That's a him and me secret. Boy, I didn't recognize that. Maybe that's why they've kept me quiet. I have someone to my left. She's homeless, and I got nothing I can do for her. Nothing. She's an older woman. She was regrouping herself over there. I don't know where. Where on earth she would have slept around here last night, unless it's up in that vacant lot. And she was coming down them steps. I need to pay more attention around that backside of that house. Every time this year, it seems, well, at least twice now that I've seen. Once actually seen, once speculated. There was a tent when there was a tree there. That middle tree that's now gone, halfway gone. That tree would block out his view from traffic. He parked his tent there. And then one day I went out and I went to talk to him. What is it that you're needing? I don't know. He gave me a necklace. Told me, thank you for being kind. And then I ended up going on this pilgrimage. And that's what I'm going to call it, a spiritual pilgrimage. It's like I'm still trying to find what God's trying to get me to see. Because every time I go to work for a corporation or a person or whatever, even doing this, I get stiff. And the stiffness is either the correct posture they want me in, or I'm not supposed to be doing it. But if I'm not supposed to be doing it, feel free to use my hand to turn that off. As I hear the voices change. So this is, just my channeling for the day. And a lot of people aren't going to resonate with this type of work. These are testimonies. But these are also heartfelt feelings, things I'm thinking about, things. I'm a complex person. Until you can actually sit down with a homeless person and say, hey, look, what's your deal? What's your story? What's your testimony? What's your walk with God like? How's your faith been tested? These are the kinds of questions that we really should be asking the homeless. Because I just need out. I'm perfectly fine in my car because I can't afford rent. I can't afford gas. I can't afford the tags on my car. But it's paid for. I was smart enough to do that step. The problem is, buying a car under a concussion will make you forget the other steps you have to take. It'll make you forget 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I could remember buying the car and forget I bought the car tomorrow. What the hell is that doing out there in the parking lot? Whose is that? It's kind of like having Alzheimer's. It's coming in and going out. It's fucked up. But they don't look at concussions like that. I do. I had to deal with a husband that got major anger issues from post-concussion syndrome. I know what caused it, and I've been empathetic to it. But it's not going to change, and I'm not going to die here. Now, I have been offered by our marital therapist that if I come back to Virginia Beach, he'll help me get set up. He'll help me because he's done 4 or 5 years worth of family work on his post-concussion issues. He knows. My therapist knows. But he spent 3, 4 hours a week on each one of us and family, the whole group. Every Thursday. He went one step further. Because it was all of us, he went to the higher ups and said, I don't want to charge these their copay. I don't want to charge this family their copay. I want to see them every Thursday, and I only want to take the insurance collected. Well, we're not supposed to do that. I want it done for this family. They need it. That group is no longer functionable. The owner of the company died, and it kind of just broke apart. But my therapist is still out there. And he said, he follows us on Facebook, matter of fact. I don't know if that he does this for every client, but he follows my family on Facebook. He used to be a rocker in his younger years, okay? Our therapist used to. For my therapy session with Justin, his interaction was his guitar sitting in the corner. Justin was playing guitar. As a matter of fact, Justin's in a band now here in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. So, 1 minute. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So I kind of want to go look him up. I want to go look him up. But I have other places I want to visit. I don't know that I want to be set up right now. And I know this may sound crazy. I've been tied down for way far too long. Way far too long. Man, that old Caprice classic. 1983. I was probably about 82, 84. Somewhere in those years. Back then, they used to like to change the body style up a little bit every year. A little more uniqueness in the car. Ow. Man, this is going to take days to upload. I have to go back up to the house. I don't really want to go back to the house. I like my car. I love my car. Look, me and this car have memories. Me and this car have memories. I got memories of being stopped. I don't know how many times. Having blue lights pulled on me. A lot. Sleeping in this car and asking God. Oh, yeah. Okay. My coldest night in this car has to be from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Both of these times, my dad just sent me money out of the blue. He told me to go get my tags. But it wasn't enough, and I can't work. And nobody was going to help me. Not here. I'd be sitting on $1,200 waving it under everybody's nose, but that would have gotten a ticket paid for me. Then I wouldn't have had those failure to appears. See, I went in a panic mode instead of just facing it. I could have come back here, but I couldn't remember what happened. Now I remember, and it's way too late. I'm still trying to heal from the concussion here. I just want to walk away from it. If that makes any sense. I just want to walk away from it all. I don't have any ties here. And since my concussion, my kids, my family, they don't see me the same. And my concussion gave me other spiritual gifts. At least I know angels are watching over me. I know that. Because I can't be out in sub-zero weather in a sleeping bag. This blanket and another blanket. And yeah, I should have been still cold. But I can ask angels to tuck me in at night. And I feel the warmth to keep me warm. That's when you know you're really, really protected by angels. And yeah, God will manipulate, the police. He can walk you away from all your adversaries. They'll walk them away too. God protects his people from demons. No matter what. I don't know what relevance that has together. But if you're a non-believer and you don't want me to talk about it, then it kind of puts me in a hypocritical situation, doesn't it? So don't that mean I have to walk away and let them find out on their own? I'll still be here. I'm not trying to walk away from them permanently. I just have to turn my back. Allow my wings to shield me from whatever hell they just opened up for themselves by speaking that into a portal. A portal of downward spiral. Every negative thing that's spoken will be indicative of a portal you open for yourself. There are more stars in the universe than words ever spoken on earth. Since creation, if I remember right. So for every false word, who's to say? I don't know. Maybe that just opened up a side one. We find out. We find out. We are stardust, right? That's what they say. We are all stardust. The more negative we speak, the more conscious the negative becomes. And the more positive we speak, the more positive will be ingested. It's kind of like giving yourself an antidote. Well, I could be negative or I could be positive. Which one do we choose today? Karma. Karma. Bad. Bad, bad. Dharma. 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 Good. Good dharma. It's not good karma. Good karma. That's an oxymoron. Well, I've hit almost an hour and 30 minutes. I did want to make these longer, but I'll put a poll up later and see if you prefer the shorter videos, and then I can, like trim one down, because it is a lot of spacing in between. I mean, this would be a great time to timestamp and ask a question also, or make a statement. Don't hesitate to do that in the comments. If you've watched this long, and I'll make it short, don't ever hesitate to make a comment with a timestamp on the longer videos, because I'd like to know who relates with me. But at a certain point, if I ever get that big, we will talk about it. Hopefully, I'll have a larger staff then, and y'all will help me. I don't know. I don't want Dr. Anna status, but Dr. Ruth used to do this kind of stuff with sexual problems. Me, I'm kind of dissecting my life as a spiritual problem. My problem is I have a whole family who does not believe, and they're all my family. My husband, my son. Now, my son in prison, he's getting that spiritual awakening. Okay, so I'm not, and I think my daughter is right now too. Okay, so I got two, the blonde ones. They're on that spiritual journey. But the other one and this one, I think they're on their own soon. If not, they're on their own now. So, alright. I think I have a low battery coming. So, I will go ahead and plug this in. So, is that working? I hope so. Anyway, I don't know what to do. What to talk about. It's like my mind went blank. Which is odd. So this must be my learning time, that I have to take a time out here and go mingle with my spirit guides over here. And we talk about, right now the lesson is the law of attraction. And yes, I am talking to no one. But in the law of attraction, you have to be careful what you're trying to attract in. When you go to attract something in, you have to look on the side of dharma and karma you have. So if, let's say, X is karma. So karmic debt. Y is dharma, credit. So you have a person over here, you've got a lust demon on you. Alright? Let's just say you have a lust demon on you. You will never attract the wise, the good ones who have no karma. You will never attract those wise. But you will attract others with a different lust demon or a sexual disease, transmitted disease. So if you have these in a group, alright? If you have these in a group, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so we have X's over here and Y's over here. Now, these are people. Alright, these little X's and Y's, they're people. Now, when you get real close to one of these other lust demons, they turn in to whatever you're wanting to see, basically. They're going to reflect everything that they're going to give you back. They're going to take in by that eye contact with you, you know, right here, this one little eye here. They're going to take in their soul contract from your pineal gland. This is how the universe would work. They're going to take in that information from your pineal gland. So if this person is registered X over here, you're going to find another registered X. Unless you're on the topic of Dharma and you know how to keep your fucking dick in your pants, and you come over here to the Y group. If you're keeping yourself in the platonic phase, this over here, these are Dharma. If you're keeping yourself in the platonic phase or you're being tested, you're still going to be given an X. If you're being tested, you're still going to be given an X. You do not move past these X's and Y's over to the Y's, because there's a divide here. This is the dark side, this is the light side. If you've got karmic debt over here, then you've done something in your past, or you act a certain way. You all need to watch the movie 7, or the 10 Commandments. There's a whole lot you need to be learning. A whole lot y'all missed. So if you want a good one, you better start acting good. Because you're going to get what you give. There's a reason for that saying. You're going to get what you give. So, this is exactly how my spiritual lessons go. But this gets bigger. Because now when you get to your 50s, you've got all these other little checkpoints. And your ex has rings now. You notice each one of these X's has a ring. Well, this is a level of guarded protection. You are guarded, protected. You are protected, but not in a manner that you think. You're protected. These Y's over here are protected. You emit an aura now over here of whatever color your aura. These are your lessons. The harder the lesson, the darker the aura. And I know that because my friend in Michigan, she used to be able to see aura. And then, God will take away spiritual gifts. And I don't know if it's been taken away. But she said that every time that she would talk to me on video, it would be bright white. But every time, this was live, it would be bright white. Why? So she had a couple of times in Virginia. She said, your aura around you is always pinks and purples and blues. But when I see Paul, it's always black, gray, dark. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. And then I looked up the aura colors in 2019. Now, she tells me this in 2016. I didn't bother to look up the color of aura. I was too busy studying crystals and minerals. And I was on a different spiritual walk. It was noted and filed away. But that... I've noticed that if I have a little level of... I'm protected, okay? But mine, if I have any karma, mine is going to be like double layered. Maybe even triple layered. as far as protection. Like, not just from me, but from you as well. For you. So, the more layers you put up, the more of these other exes that you can knock out. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to take them out. My pen stopped working. I guess it's about time for this. You're not supposed to take the person out. You let God handle that. You're just supposed to meet up. You're supposed to catch a story. Then you're supposed to watch God work. You don't do a damn thing. Pray for whatever. But just be careful, because if you judge not, lest you be judged. You gotta be real careful what you ask for, because you'll be giving it back. You'll be giving it back. Equal reciprocity. And the more times it's unheard that you have to go back through this lesson because of somebody else failing the test, God will finally say, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to move. Let's go on vacation. That's what I'm hearing. It's time for you to move. Let's go on vacation. Not ready for you to put down roots yet. You have some outdoor things you want to do. I want to go. You want to know what I really want to do with y'all? Live stream, panning, and I don't mean panhandling. I mean panning. We're going to go take my bucket and probably some other buckets and go gold hunting and rock hunting. You're going to come with me. We're going to rockhound. We're going to paint. We're going to do every fucking thing we can do outdoors. That's what we're going to do. That's what I plan to do with this channel. Now, the private meetings that I have will be off this camera. So if I'm in the homeless community and blending in, then I'm picking up from what's going on. I have a spiritual side. All right? I have a spiritual side. I don't do that here. I do that for y'all here. But I don't make their stories public. Little missionary work. It's unpaid. But at least it gets me out there. It's not like I'm just trying to travel the world. Missionary work is hard work. You have to blend in real well to be trusted. No, I don't partake in any drugs. I mean, weed's not legal in every state. And I really don't have any desire to try anything new. I mean, I had an interest in something, but just more for a one-time experience. Because you have to understand, if you do one thing one time, you may never, ever get the same feeling again. That was somebody else's testimony to me. And he died. I think it was 8 weeks after his daughter was born. Or a few weeks. Maybe days. I told him if he didn't stop, we was going to end up missing his daughter's life. I didn't know she was going to have a daughter. He didn't. Not at the time I told him. I don't even know that she was pregnant. I think I found out later. I used to work with a girl at Pizza Hut. I met her. I became friends with her because I saw the need. She needed a female voice. So, there's a table out there. I'm going to let y'all go. I got to go be nosy. There's a table with something out there, and it's right behind my car, and I want to go check it out. So, if it's stuff good, maybe pick two. Not beyond picking. Some things are valuable that we find out there. You have no idea. Catch y'all later.